So initially when I was gonna do this video, I had the whole thing filmed. It was like 20 minutes long, and it was all about the Pocket 3 and going into the settings and doing all that. And then I realized something. It was out of focus. It wasn't the Pocket 3's fault. I was recording the screen on the Pocket 3, and I happened to not have the right settings on my camera, and my finger was in focus. But when I touched the screen never became in focus. So it was just focused on my finger the whole time. So that was a mistake. And that was like 3 hours of recording wasted. So if you ever start recording videos, just know sometimes you're gonna waste a lot of time recording them and they're not gonna turn out right. What are a few reasons I love the Pocket 3 and what are a few reasons you might wanna get the Pocket 3? You see, I've been using this thing for almost a year now, and I absolutely love the simplicity of it. And that's one of the key features to me, is the simplicity of it, because I can sit it down like this, sit back and record. Number one is gonna be because of the size. It's so easy to grab and go, and true to what they say, it is for your pocket. You can fit this in your pocket. Obviously, there's a few things to worry about with this because you have the screen and you have the lens. And if it gets scratched up in your pocket because maybe you throw it next to your keys accidentally, you're gonna be in for a rough time. But when you turn it off, it folds up. So you don't really have to worry about that. And even with the battery holder and extender, you still could fit it in your pocket, which is very nice if you needed to. Obviously, it's gonna look weird in your pocket, but when you can have something that you can just grab and go and walk around, and it's that light, that easy, and it's very inconspicuous if you're gonna vlog in public. So that's one of the neat features about it. If you're somebody that's scared to start vlogging in public or anything like that, it's very small and you can just sit it down and nobody's even gonna notice you vlogging, most likely. So that's my second point, is just how convenient something like this is. That sun is so bright. So keep that in mind, that it's a small, very convenient package for you, that if you want to, you can easily start vlogging in public, which vlogging in public is intimidating and you might not want to walk around with a massive setup. But if you have something like a Pocket 3, it's just this small, tiny setup, and it's just very neat and easy to use. Ease of use. You just grab it, hit record, and you can go. Yes, there's all the settings you can worry about and all of that, but if you're not somebody who's a camera person and you're just looking to start making content, hit the record button and just start going, right? You can learn about 24 frames a second. You can learn about the 180 shutter rule later, but this makes it super easy and convenient just to start hitting record and going with it. And then you can just take it and sit it down wherever you want and start recording, whether that's outside in your backyard, whether that's in your bedroom. And because it's so small, you don't have to have this massive setup. And with that, you have this cool tracking feature where it can track my face. So if you're somebody like me who moves around a lot when they're doing videos, it comes in handy because I like being able to use my hands. I like being able to move around a lot. Even if I move out of frame a little bit, it's still gonna be focused on me. Now, one of the coolest things to me is the fact that it can shoot in vertical mode. So if you're somebody that obviously likes shooting in vertical for TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, whatever it might be, this shoots in vertical mode. It's only 3K, it's not 4K, but you can shoot 24 frames a second, 30 frames a second, 60 frames a second in vertical mode. So that way it's 10 times easier in post-processing when you're creating your short form content. So that's another cool added feature that DJI did, along with obviously the face tracking and all that, is just this cool little swivel screen that's on there that you can just twist and then you can start shooting in vertical. And then it's got great features. It's got a 1-inch sensor, so it's better in low light. It's getting a little dark out right now, right? So that's something for me that matters, because sometimes I have more chance to shoot at night when I'm recording for my videos because the kids are in bed, and this is basically one of the only times I have to record. It's got that 1-inch sensor that's gonna allow more light in, so my videos look better. Plus, it has a couple other cool features where you can have your ISO auto adjust and keep it between a couple levels. So if you want to have it from like 100 to 1200, and 1200 is the highest it'll stay right there. Or you can obviously just have it in auto, but if you don't want to have those higher ISO levels because you want to keep the noise down, it can do that. The other cool thing is this case it comes with, right? Now, this doesn't look like a big deal, right? It just looks like a case, right? It goes straight in there, nothing special. But inside, right there, you can see that and that. Filter holders. So you can take this on the go. You have your 2 filters in there, and you can get stackable ones, the freewell ones, fantastic. And then you throw your Pocket 3 inside of there, throw it in your pocket, and you're good to go. And this part right here, what my favorite thing to do is take this mic right here. Look at that. Now we have a mic set up, right? We can pretend we have a microphone if we wanted to. Not that you need to, but it is a cool little thing you can do. And this can be for any mic, by the way. But specifically with the DJI 2 mics, Bluetooth. So if you get the DJI 2 mics, you don't have to have a transmitter plugged in to the USB-C port on the Pocket 3. You can just use Bluetooth. And that's with these DJI 2 mics. So keep that in mind, that you might have to splurge a little bit or buy the creator combo because you want this mic. But there are some other cool features because it's got time-lapse mode. It's got hyperlapse mode. It's got an ultra slow-mo. So whatever kind of content you want to get, you can do that. So maybe you want to create a really cool time-lapse. Maybe you're sitting at a cafe having a coffee and the crowd's going by and you just want to hit the time-lapse button. And it'll create everything in there for you, and it'll put the time-lapse together for you. So you don't even have to worry about doing that, which is really cool. Plus, it's got the Mimo app that you can control everything from. And you can also update it from there. So when new firmware comes out, you go into that app and you can update it. And then you have this. This is the battery extender. This just goes on the bottom of your Pocket 3. You have USB-C. This little button right here is to take it off right there. It plugs into the bottom. There's the USB-C port. And you can see right there that light's turning green because it's letting us know that this has battery life left in it. USB-C port in the back, and this part right here where you can put a tripod. So according to DJI's website, this helps the DJI Pocket 3 last about 62% longer, and the battery already lasts about a little more than 2 hours in your Pocket 3. So with this, it basically pushes your Pocket 3 up to having almost 5 hours of battery life. But since we're talking about batteries and battery life, I will bring this up that we can't replace the Pocket 3 battery. You have to send it back to DJI, so that part kind of stinks. But lastly, one of the things I want to bring up is, like I said, I've been using these DJI 2 mics the whole time. Fantastic. Doesn't the audio sound great? But now we're at the internal audio. And you hear that? You hear how good that sounds? Yeah, it still sounds pretty good. Does it sound as good as with the mics? No, it's not. Not even close. But this is what the Pocket 3 was for. The Pocket 3 was for me to have in my hand, to go in my pocket and take it somewhere quick, pull it out, record it a little bit, have some fun with it, get some quick, you know what, I'm going to vlog here really quick because I've got some cool ideas and I need to get them out and I don't want to have this massive setup with me, but I'd rather take something just to have it in case I decide to come up with an idea while I'm there. That's what it was for. And that's why I think this is a great choice for beginner creators or creators out there who are feeling a little burned out. Because when we're creating, sometimes when we have all that photo gear with us, we got to make this choice. What lens do I use? What audio equipment do I want? What do I need to take with me? We got to take our backpack. We got to take all this. This was to kind of get rid of that burden, in my opinion, for a lot of us that end up doing that end up thinking, I've got to have all this gear with me. Versus saying, you know what? I'm going to take this with me. I'm going to slow down. I'm just going to create a couple cool shots. And, oh, you know what? This is a great idea. Let me vlog about this quick. Let me create a video about this really quick while I'm sitting here and then go on with my day. That's what it was meant for. And also, it's so lightweight, you can get these cool different angles if you need to. But if you're thinking about getting the Pocket 3 or you have a Pocket 3, drop down in the comments below. Like, let me know the reason you want it or the reason you got it, because I want to hear if any of your reasons line up with mine. But also, if you want me to do like a more in-depth video about the Pocket 3, maybe the settings and tutorial of, hey, like these are the settings I use, anything like that, or just do like a review of it, drop that in the comments below, because maybe I'll re-record that video that took me like 5 hours to do and like 2 hours to edit, and then I decided to delete it because maybe I should head back to that. But I appreciate you hanging out with me. If you've got any questions, drop them down below. As always, I appreciate you hanging out with me. God bless. I'll see y'all in the next one.